Alright, part C says find the second derivative, so we're going to start off with the first derivative. And that first derivative, I should, Okay, so the part C says find the second derivative and plug in 0, comma 4. So we're going to start with the first derivative. I just cleaned it up a little bit. And I'm going to take the derivative using implicit differentiation and then plug in 0, comma 4. So let's do this. You take the derivative, you get d squared y dx squared. That's the notation for the second derivative. And you do low d high, so low is negative x plus 4y. D high, that would be negative 1 plus dy dx. Low d high minus high, you gotta put parentheses around it, d low. So that would be negative 1 plus 4 dy dx, all over low squared, which would be negative x plus 4y squared. And then what you have to do is plug in 0, comma 4, except we have a dy dx here. Now, what I could do is I could take all of this, and then it would be negative 1 plus all of that junk. And then I can do negative 1 plus 4 times all of this stuff. But I don't like to do that. I think it's a little bit too messy for me. So what I do is I evaluate, because I would plug it in and then I'd evaluate at 0, comma 4 anyway. So I just evaluate it right now while it's in the clear. It's all by itself, so I don't mess up anything. So I'll plug in a 0 for x and a 4 for y. So I just get 4 on the top and 16 on the bottom, right? Because both of those are 0. And then this will be 1 over, not 16, 1 over 4. So there we go. Now I'll plug in a 0 for x, a 4 for y, and a 1/4 for dy dx. So d squared y dx squared, that's just going to be, well, this top part becomes 16, right? Because I'm plugging in a 4 for y and a 0 for x, so that becomes 16 times negative 1 plus 1/4 minus parentheses 4, right? That goes away. And then times negative 1 plus 4 times 1/4, right? 4 times 1/4, that's just 1. So that actually is nothing. That goes to 0. So that's nice. All divided by, let's see, I get a 0 there and I get a 16 there, but I'm squaring it. That's what I messed up on the solutions that I posted on Schoology, so 16 squared. I might have even messed it up on the other solutions, but we'll see. Since this part is 0, this whole piece is 0. So really what I have is 16 times, well, what's negative, I'll do it in green, negative, that's negative 4 over 4, right? Plus 1 over 4. Just get a common denominator. That would be negative 3 over 4. And then I have the 16 squared here, right? Yeah, I mean, the 16 I can reduce with the 4, divide both by 4, and I just get, 4 times negative 3. And then, what is that? That's the negative 12. And 16 squared on the bottom, which is whatever. I don't even care. I'm done. You could square that out. I guess I'll do that. And that equals negative 12 over 256. But I can definitely reduce that. And if I divide by 4, I get negative 3 over 64. I think that's it. I hope that's it. And there we go. So that sums up the free response. There's really, I think, only 1 point for all that reducing there. That would just be worth 1 point. Most of it is in the getting this expression correct, and then changing the dy dx into this part. So like knowing that you have to use this again. That's where the points are. But I'm going to be done with this video and then go to the second free response.